Good evening, good evening, good evening. You're outside? Sorry about that. Have my burley beverage. Hopefully that'll start. It's 72 here. Hopefully that'll flush out some of the kidney stuff. I did that live stream yesterday morning. Then I went to the doctors and they give me a shot of Lanacane and they drained my thumb and it went down, but now it's just as big now as it was yesterday, so it's filling back up. So um, I come home and I wasn't feeling good. Around 11:30, I started getting sick and the cold shakes again. So and I spent all day yesterday in bed after I got home. Got up about 8:30 this morning. I got up 4 or 5 times during the night. I got to get through this. It's never done to me like this before. It's always, it's either been straight hell for a week or 1 or 2 days and it's gone. This went away for one day, then come right back. Evening, Dan. Well, anyways, they drained that thumb and they got a whole syringe of stuff out of it, but it was still had a. It felt like there was still like jelly inside there, and I think what she got was just the fluid out of there. She didn't get the rest of the stuff because the syringe wasn't big enough. So, but as soon as she put the needle in there, it started pushing the. It was going into the syringe itself. It was pushing the plunger up by itself. Come back, poor baby. Come back, kitty, kitty. How much, Skeeta? My daughter made me a chocolate pudding pie for my birthday Tuesday, and I just had a slice of it today. I, I couldn't eat anything Tuesday night after dinner. I couldn't eat any dessert. I was too full. So and I didn't eat yesterday. So I had a piece of that chocolate pudding pie tonight. Greg, that's kind of dirty trick that guy did on the other guy, huh? Dropping that brick on that show. Wasn't nice of him at all. Says it's 72 outside and it's about that here inside right now. It was a good shot. It was funny. That guy just rolled over like he died. Oh, I didn't hear him yelp either. Now, why the hell did that do that? You did. That's gotta hurt. Hmm. Oh yeah. Huh. So I give it to you, so you're getting it fixed. I have a I have a commercial freezer out there, I have a freezer out here that's like 22 cubic foot. Then I got a commercial freezer out here. I bet it's close to 30. Um, because it's another 8, 10 inches taller than that, another 8 inches wider and deeper. It's a big, it's a massive refrigerator freezer. I got to have an appliance guy come look at it. I bought it. It was working when I bought it. Um, I put it in the storage unit, had it in there for about 6, 8 months, brought it home, put it in the garage, went to plug it in, and the fans and everything run. It just the compressor doesn't kick on. So I can't get down there to look, but I'm pretty sure it's probably just a wire that's been snapped off or come off or whatever, and they just got to hook it up. So you get a repair guy. Now, if he can fix it for $100, I'd be happy. But it'll save me that much in 6 months in electricity if I just use that big freezer and shut down a couple of them. Ain't got no gas in it. See, it's the simplest thing. It won't start. Ain't got no gas in it. So, anybody do anything exciting since yesterday? I do have a video ready. It's already downloaded. I just got to make it public. It's a car show, and then I have to do another one that I have already. I just got to get it downloaded and then formatted and all that other good stuff. And then that is the Trussell Park one. That's right. I don't know what you're talking about there, Skeeta. Got some van slips on $60. Hey, Tiny Shoot! Yo, Snuggle Bunny, you! Hey, Tiny. I'll give you three. There you go. At one time, we had 4 freezers going in the garage plus a refrigerator freezer. Right now, we are down to 3 freezers in a refrigerator freezer. Hmm. What I originally wanted to do is get the big one going, get down to get down to 2 freezers and 1 refrigerator freezer out in the garage. Um, I have a what we call the hot dog freezer. It's a small freezer we bought just for the hot dogs. Um, right now, it's probably a 8 or 9 cubic foot, and it's chock full of beef, um, steak, ribs, um, hamburger, and roast. It's completely full, and that's from that flash food that I've been looking at every morning. But I can't get any more in it, so I need to get the big freezer fixed. Because the big freezer I want to hold, chicken and pork and seafood, and then move the other one to empty out the small freezer and put it in the other uh, 22 foot or 22 cubic foot or whatever, and then I'll get rid of 2 freezers at that time. Right, frog legs. No, I don't like frog legs. Kathy does though. No, it wasn't my cooking. So years ago, when Sears was here in town, my mom wanted a riding lawnmower, and the sale started at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. There you go. So at 9:01, I'm in the store, and I'm looking all over hell. And Dan can tell you, I'm looking all over hell for this riding lawnmower that they have on sale, and I cannot find one. So I get a sales associate, and I said, I'm looking for this, and I have the ad in my hand. I said, I'm looking for this riding lawnmower right here. If you bought the riding lawnmower and a weed whacker and a trailer, they give you an umbrella to fit on. It's either you bought the umbrella or you bought the trailer. I couldn't remember. But you would get the other one free. But you had to buy all 3 of them to get the other one for free. So I'm looking, and I can't find the lawnmower, so I get a hold of the sales associate, and I got the ad in my hand, and I said, hey, it just went on sale 9 o'clock this morning. And I was here. He looks at that and he says, well, I'll be damned. We don't have any of them. I said, well, how can you have a sale if you don't have any of them? He said, well, we can get you something different. I said, you're going to give it to me at the sale price? Well, no, we can't do that. I said, well, then this is kind of like false advertising because you don't even have it here. You can't even sell it here because you don't even have it. He said, just a minute, let me get my manager. So the manager come over and I said, hey, I want this lawnmower. I want this deal. I'm willing to pay for it right now. He said, I can't. I don't have it here. Well, I said, how can you advertise it if you don't have it? He said, I don't know. It must have been a mistake. He said, but what I can do is I can give you a bigger lawnmower for the same price and throw in the rest of that stuff in with the deal. I said, are you sure? He said, 100%. So I think back then the lawnmower was $586 or something like that. And the weed whacker was like $89. It was a gas one. And I can't remember if it was the umbrella that was like 69 bucks or it was a trailer that was $69. But you got one of them for free. Yeah, Brian Roebuck. So to make a long story short, when I told the sales associate that at the door it says satisfaction guaranteed, doesn't it? He said, yeah. That's when he went and got the manager. But anyways, the manager made me that good deal. And it was a good deal, all right. Um, it was a damn good deal. Because the lawnmower I got was like $350 more than what the other one was. And I wasn't buying it for myself. My mom wanted it, and she wanted me to go get it for her. So I got her a better lawnmower with an umbrella and a trailer and a gas weed eater. Yeah, I know Walmart used to say that too, but they don't say that no more. Um, that's one of the things. If you're gonna advertise it, you might want to have it there. It was a nice Craftsman lawnmower. But that was what? Back in April of 2005 or 6, 2006, I think. I know they don't even care if you get checked out or not. Now it is go. Yeah, we'll catch you later. I've been watching a lot of these police videos, and it is hard to believe how many people think that when a cop pulls you over, yeah, it must be properly serviced. When a cop pulls you over, you don't have to listen to him. I can't believe the amount of people that think you don't have to listen to a cop. And it's not just, black people, it's white people, Hispanics, all of them think that. And if you look at them, or you check them out, I bet you can, 99.9% of the time, you're going to find out they're Republican. Or not Republican, I mean Democrat, excuse me. They're not Republicans. The Democrats have told them for so long that you don't have to listen to the cops, and they don't. That's right, up around and find out. What gets me is the ones that roll up their windows while the cop's talking to them, and then get on the phone like they don't have to pay no attention to you. Oh, he'll go away. Sure he will. As soon as he breaks your window out, unlocks your door, and drags your ass out of the car and throws you on the ground and handcuffs you. Or the ones that will do that stuff, speeding or whatever, or take off. After the stop, when they get pulled over, they'll take off, and they got kids in the car. Those people right there had to get a mandatory 10-year sentence. Some of them aren't the sovereign cities. A lot of them aren't the sovereign citizens. Most of them that get pulled over and don't want to give their IDs, it's because they don't have a driver's license. If you watch online PD or on, or live PD or on patrol, um, you'll see the majority of people that get pulled over, they don't even have driver's licenses. Yet they go out there and they speed or they drive recklessly and they wonder why they get pulled over. Yeah, and what did I do? What did I do? Or what I did? What I did? What I did? Yeah. And after they tell them 40 times what they did, they still want to know what they did. I wouldn't want to be a cop nowadays, man, because I think after like the third time of me telling somebody to roll their window down, I just knock the window out and drag them out of the car for obstruction. I'm not as patient as most people are. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah. You know why I don't care? It's because I don't got one anyways. Yeah. Whatever happened to the good old days? Bang, bang, freeze. You know, back in the 60s and 70s. All the good old days. I am having a little bit of trouble with the new internet. This is supposed to be whole house internet. Yet my son says he cannot get internet upstairs. I don't understand why he can't because his bedroom's right above the modem, so he should be able to get it. He says he can't get it up there. So I'm going to have to end up calling Frontier and ask him why we have dead spots in the house. Yeah, we need a smaller house. Yeah. Well, according to them, I only needed uh, one modem or whatever you want to call it for the fiber. I have two of them. I got one in the kitchen right here, and I got one in the living room. But they have a package that you can spend $25 for, and so you never lose internet at all. Even when internet goes down, you still have it. Well, why would you have to pay extra for that? I mean, you're supposed to have internet 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Am I correct? Kathy doesn't like this internet as much as she did Xfinity. I like it more than Xfinity because out here, I don't have half the problems I did with Xfinity. We put them extenders on there, and we still didn't do any good with Xfinity. Still had the same problems. Yeah, I know. They told me I should be able to go at least 180 feet in either direction of the modem without any problems. So I'm going to have to call them and have them come out and do a. Maybe I need a different setup. I don't know. You moved your modem? Okay. Doesn't have an antenna on it. Well, it shouldn't be in a weak spot because it's right above it. I mean, and Cappy's is only 15 feet from it. I went in and I made sure that, what didn't have dual internets working against each other on her computer and my computer. It's just got the one internet. Um, Checked all that out. I do have four antenna uh, range extender in the bedroom hooked to the TV that probably isn't doing any good because it never did any good with Xfinity. But I don't. There shouldn't be any metal interfering. Just drywall. Um, I think I'll put that range finder or range extender or Wi-Fi extender on her, plug it into her modem, and maybe that might help. There is a couch in between her modem and the Wi-Fi modem. I don't know if that couch is absorbing a lot of the Wi-Fi. I would have thought the technician would have said, no, you can't put it there because that couch is going to absorb all that. So, yeah. Huh. You got canceled? Well, well. They canceled Jimmy Fallon, too. Yeah, well, no loss there. Did you see where Jelly Roll and Logan Paul got into it on the, I don't know, Jimmy Kendall show or whatever? They'll cancel Stephen Colbert, but why didn't they cancel The View? Yeah. He's a late night talk host that hates Donald Trump. That's who he is. Logan Paul is supposed to be, he was um, an internet, a YouTube sensation. And then he went to wrestling. And, he thought he was everything at wrestling. So he's a wrestler now. And then his brother is the one that fought Mike Tyson, which was a big farce because that fight was so thrown, it was pathetic. Um, anyways, Logan and Jelly Roll got into it on one of the late night shows, and Logan slapped Jelly Roll, and then Jelly Roll picked him up and throat slammed him through the desk. That desk broke apart like a splinter. Yeah. It was so fake. You're right. It was so fake. That dust had to have been made out of, the cheapest Luan they could find in styrofoam. Don't you say wrestling's fake. That's some real stuff right there. Trying to remember, it was, I can't remember the newscaster. He's still in the news. Um, David Schultz slaps um, John Tassel. Yeah, that happened back in 1988. John Tassel asked David Schultz about wrestling being fake, and David Schultz reached over and slapped the snot right out of him. 212 million views. It's all the poor people watching and not the rich ones. And by the way, good evening, Kathy. I remember watching that. That was some cool stuff. That's why he asked me if wrestling was fake. Wham! Thank you, ma'am. I like that for fake. Hey, hey, no,
And I have been cooking.
huh?
For their info, junkyard info, I have been cooking.
I can't hear you.
I said for junkyard's info, I have been cooking.
Yeah, he had me. He wondered if I got sick off of my own cooking. No, she's been cooking. She, she's been cooking so much. I bought her a dozen roses today.
You're like the wrestler, bacon.
Yeah. I bought her a dozen roses today because our anniversary is coming up. She said, "Why'd you buy them?" I said, "Because I haven't bought you flowers in a long time." Your brain outrun your fingers. Yeah, yeah. So, and that's not right. I mean, I should buy her flowers at least once a month. I should to show her how much I do appreciate her and I love her. Well, she got a dozen roses today. mean your brain was running faster than your fingers could type? Anyways, my daughter made me a chocolate pie, chocolate pudding pie for my birthday. Yeah, she didn't even notice them. They were sitting up on a stand. I got them up on top of a cabinet. Uh, so the cat can't get to them. You leave them on the table, the cat's going to knock them over. You put them anywhere else where the cat can jump on, she's going to knock them over. So they're up on a cabinet. Um, and the cabinet's got all the steins and stuff in it. So it's on top of the cabinet, so the cat can't get up there. She's going away um, the 23rd. No, the 20. She's leaving the 24th at 1 o'clock in the morning to go down south to South Carolina with our son and daughter-in-law and the family. And then when she goes there, her car is going to get new rotors and front pads and then new back pads on it. I got a guy coming over. He's going to put new rotors and front pads on the front and then new back pads on the back. That way her car is safe. Ain't gonna be no party time for me. Good evening, Heartless. And Kathy said she heard like a rattling noise in the front, so he's going to check the CV joints and see how they are. If the CV joints are okay, if they're not, guess we're going to end up putting CV joints in it or something. So I don't want to put a lot of money into this car because it's already got 220 some thousand miles on it.
No.
Huh?
No. When you turn
To the left.
to go to the left towards the driver's door,
Yeah,
it sounded like a chain
right.
rattling. That's what it sounded like. I don't know about the brakes, or they were fine.
Yeah, but the rotors have got some grooves on, so I might have them change them.
But that wouldn't be a chain like sound.
No, he thinks it's a CV joint, so he's going to check that and see if he needs new CV axle or new joint. So
Well, I'm not getting
while you're doing the brakes, you might as well do that because you got most of the car tore apart already.
I don't want to sink a lot of money in it either.
I don't want to sink a lot of money into it either because the car's got 225,000 miles on it or something like that. But it's run and it's a reliable car, so we'll put 5, 6 or 10. Well, the brake job's only going to cost $240 or something like that. And then you got to pay the guy.
I heard the parts are expensive than that.
Well, AutoZone and O'Reilly's is way more expensive than, or no, wait a minute. Advanced Auto and O'Reilly's is way more than AutoZone. I can get the same parts from AutoZone for almost half the money. So we're going to AutoZone. It's not like you drive the car, 150, 200 miles every day one way. So it's mainly just for inside city driving and stuff. So, and it is cheaper to fix and buy. But it comes to a point where if you're fixing and you're putting more money in than what it's worth, then it's better to just buy something and get rid of that. So, no, we got the Ford Edge, and that runs pretty good. I gotta have new shocks put on the back, and that'll come after that. But I do need to put a transmission in the van. But that's probably the next vehicle we do buy is going to be a King, a 4-door pickup truck or something like that. Well, we put a brand new master cylinder and brake booster in the Edge a few years ago, and the brakes, it's got brakes, they work all the way around, but they're a little soft. The pedal's soft, but it does work. Before we parked it, it did that too. Every once in a while, it would have a soft pedal, but the brakes still work. And then you'll hop in it one day, and they'll work like a champ. So the last time we put a brake booster in it and a master, it was $800 and some for labor plus the parts, because you got to tear the top half of the engine off to get to it, because they make it so convenient. I realize that, but the brakes they work. They're not low on fluid. There might be a vacuum leak. I'll have a guy look at it, but I'm not gonna put another uh, master cylinder and brake booster into it, because that was 5 years ago, and it was $800 labor plus the parts. So I'm sure it's probably $1,500 now, labor plus the parts. I'm not. I didn't do anything to it. I didn't do anything to your car. I'll tell you what, though, that Ford Edge, that gas pedal on that thing, man, she has got quick response. You won't just touch the pedal. I thought about that, buying me a Tesla. It'll shit and get. The only thing that Ford won't do is it won't go over 85 mile an hour. It has a factory set on it that it will not do over 85 mile an hour. You get up to 83 or something like that, and she'll immediately start to slow down. It will not let you go past 85. We did not know that until we got on the freeway and Kathy was driving, and she said, "What's going on?" You know, she got the speed, and all of a sudden it just, yeah. It won't let you drive. It's factory reset or preset on it. It will not let you go over 85 mile an hour. So like, you see these car chases where all these people are driving 110, 115 mile an hour. How the hell are they doing that? Because that car is a 2011 and it's got a preset on it at 85. Couldn't drive it in Texas. It is a nice, the old Edge, the Ford Edge is a nice car. There is barely any rust on it to speak of, surface rust. There's nothing, it's not rusted out or anything. Um, it's got 175,000 miles on it, I think. We've had it since it had 110,000 on it or something like that. And we've had it for since 2017. I know, we're going to go see Cornbread and Tammy. Get back to Oklahoma. Oh, I bet. Oklahoma is the place you want to be. So they loaded up the truck and they moved from Tennessee. But this fall, I do want to get the van fixed and running. Um, I like the van. I do. Um, it's comfortable for me to drive. It's got all the power in the world. And you can haul anything in it. Yeah. I wonder he didn't pull you over for going too slow. Well, Kathy and I, we'd like to get a trailer, maybe next spring or whatever. It's not a piece of crap. You like the way it rides. You said it rides nice. It does ride nice. It just needs, I got to do some body work on it, but it just needs a transmission and a windshield. But it does ride nice. I ain't lying. You rode in it. You said you liked it. It rode nice. But that doesn't matter because I like it. So I want to keep it. I want to put a transmission in it, and I want to be able so I can drive it. So that's all that matters. Is what I want. Yeah. All right, everybody. It is time for me to get out of here. Y'all have a great day. God bless. Take care. Prayers and peace. And I should be here tomorrow night. Have a blessed day, everybody, and take care.